There we go. So, last we left off, guys were getting ready for the masquerade ball that you were invited to. That included various things such as picking up costume pieces and having them altered and teleporting places to have them altered and finding swords stuck in trees.
Oh, we're fancy, man.
All that fun stuff. Raiding the costume department of the local college. You know, fancy clothing stuff.
Oh, yeah, totally.
And so, once you guys felt that you're ready, you're prepared, in this week of preparation that you had, the time comes for the masquerade ball. You guys found a place to rest, a room or two in the Dapper Drake. We had a brief discussion on how you realized that you don't actually know who sent you guys the invitation, as both Aldrich and Barhassa, the people whom you asked to try and shoehorn you into the guest list, said that an invitation had already been sent your way. So, it's the evening of the masquerade ball. We're going to get some fancy music started and just kind of go around to the table and start describing our outfit. Stella, would you like to go first?
All right. So, Aaron, I guess let's start dress. So Aaron is wearing the dress that we picked up in the tower, the black one, which is, you know, very like naturally sparkly. And he's further painted like swirling smoke patterns all over it. So he's got that going on the entire time. And permission, can I have it have a like hole like here?
Yeah.
Diamond cutout. Fuck yeah. And then he's also got a cutout right over his rose tattoo.
Oh, yeah, that window.
Yeah. So that's out. Right? I mean, most of the time it's like he has clothes.
Most of the time.
He doesn't have clothes weirdly often.
It's usually a swimsuit.
Yeah. And he's gotten a custom little mantle commission that looks like swimming rose brambles all about his throat. And he's wearing a stupid little half cape that's black on the outside and red on the inside.
Oh my god, I love him.
Yeah, and he's also got on the one horn mask, which he's also put the smoke pattern on. And he's got his hair all curled up on top of his head. And he's got roses, you know, all weaved through his mantle and hair. And he's got the costume jewelry that Samir picked up for him, which has also been smoked. Yeah. And then he's wearing black boots with like red undersoles. And
He's got the Louis Vuitton boots.
he's got the Vuitton boots.
Oh my god.
But they are flat because it does want maximum mobility in case things turn weird here.
What does yours have a beach?
Does
he have
yes.
Gucci belt?
Yes, he does.
Are you wearing Gucci?
Yeah, and then he's got you know, stick and blush and lish. I don't know if anyone else will pick it up, but you notice that he hasn't you know, like bleached the palm yet. But he has dabbed just a little bit on his eyelid, so his eye is now fully open. And you know, shining brightly.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Right. Hawk, what are you wearing this evening?
What are you wearing?
I was thinking it.
Well, for Hawk's costume, he's still got that sort of pro raven shawl. The costume department. So he's built his outfit around. He's got that mantle of black feathers. I see the hood with black feathers. Very reminiscent of just his normal hood, honestly. But going with that, he's instead got a full-on suit, black gloves, mostly black, really, aside from a white undershirt. Even the tie is black, really leaning into just black feathers and all that. So much so that he's gone out of his way to carve a new mask out of mahogany. Now, aside from the normal two holes and faint beak outline sort of things that usually going on, he's also carved in some feather reliefs, some carvings on the outer edges near the cheeks that sort of fold in on themselves and fan out. Vaguely reminiscent, perhaps intentional, perhaps not, of Valkyria's feathery wings. Notably, he isn't shining his more or less LED eyes,
He's not getting people with this degree.
Laser pointer eyes.
All I can think of is how Halloween was, have the eyeballs,
Yeah, no, I don't think Jamie goes with laser pointer functionality.
No.
Oh.
Missed out with it. You were right there. You didn't do this on yourself. You should have added them.
I'm bringing Pakistan dub.
Bird.
It was only half. There's a lot of names to go with. Peregrine.
Anyway, sorry.
Yes, we'll keep it down the table. This should be nice.
Lish, what are you wearing this evening?
Well, Lish is very much making a color drenched statement of white. White silver is the main color palette that he's gone for this evening. He's completely magicked his hair to just be absolutely white. The whole thing, his beard is white. And he's had the pixies do his hair just all back in braids, and there's just this knot of braids, and there's this braids things down. It's a lot, and it's all woven through with ribbon and chains and different kinds of crystals and stuff. And the clothing itself is relatively simple. It's got a cape that comes down over his front of his arms and back, and it's got some feathers, but it's not nearly as expensive as all your feathers because it's got more mixed in embroidery kind of hanging down and these just kind of mixed in all together. And kind of a simple kind of nice suit, the top part of it. A little bit.
Ooh.
And he's wearing that hat and sort of mask over his face, and his eyes are black. He's just slightly glowing. Legitimately, a little.
I should take seeds in your hair anywhere.
Sure.
I was gonna say, are you leaving them to babysit the kids and Snoop?
I mean, I don't think they would babysit very well. What they gotta do is they gotta protect their parts. They're there to fight anybody that tries to touch his head in any wrong way.
All right.
So Samir is wearing a floor-length fitted dress made of a black silk with a kind of dark blue ombre at the bottom. Very long, it has a slit going all the way up to her hip. And it's slightly trained, but not enough to get in the way of like navigating the dancing or anything. It's just for the event. She has a black collar choker with like a deep sponge neckline, black belt, and from the choker on her neck to the bracelets around her wrist, there is like a joint. And now on the outside of the cape, if you're looking at her from behind, it just looks like kind of a sheer black glittery fabric, but on the inside, it looks like it peeked into a nebula, with like stars and purple, blue, black, like gas clouds of light, and it doesn't quite seem perfectly bound to the cloak, like it leaves out a little bit. So when she's standing in neutral light, the dress looks black. But in any like candlelight, it's like there is sparkles all over, there are like crystals all over the shit, and it twinkles, but in the dark, it is like actually glowing like a star. Like if you guys have seen the Cinderella like LED dress, it's like I rocked it. So her mask is just like a cut of the same sheer fabric as her clothes, but like just tied around her eyes. Like she's not like fully hiding her face because it's her best feature. She's got like trailing silver earrings and like a little chain of silver around her neck and silver bracelets and all that stuff. And Miracly has used some like illusion on her cheeks, shoulders, and knees so that the like freckles there look like stars. Like they're silver or white and like a little shimmery. She's wearing a headdress that she got from the Bard College with her hair tied back, so it kind of looks like a little crown basically with her like fluffier parts like hidden under the veil. And she's got her edges laid flat and like just framing her face in like those spirally curls. So like the effect is basically that like in the dark, the mirror doesn't look like a person as much as like a person shape cut out into a beautiful galaxy, like a beautiful nebula. Yeah, basically a look into space in her shape.
I'm starting to feel underdressed.
Yeah. I can't draw, so I had to describe. And you will be able to draw. Maybe ever.
Okay, so Limi's in one of those, like, you guys ever seen those bridal pantsuits that look like they could be a dress if, like, you just those things together? Yeah, she's got that going on, but the legs are double layered, and the top layer has a slit up to her hip. Each leg. And the base color is blue, but it ombres out in the extremities, on the legs and up by the neck line, which there's not much in the way of a neckline. I'm not gonna lie to you because it kind of plunges down a bit and then it's open back. But it ombres to purple. And it's got some embroidery going on. In silver. And then she has like this one of those little kind of shrug jackets, but it does close kind of by the collar up here. And then she's got the necklaces with the topaz, I believe. So the aquamarine, something.
I think she's got azurite.
Azurite, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All good.
Never believe her.
The azurite and amethyst jewelry on, but she's got this lace shrug going on that is purple with rose motifs, and then her shoes are silver with a petal motif over the toes, and she's got like a little kitten heel on, so she can still run around with how she needs to without probably breaking her ankle. But she has a lace mask with a full rose motif. And she has, if the 60s were available after
Oh,
Lady.
yeah, no, they just like cracked their knuckles.
She let the 60s do her hair up. It's more of like a half up, half down sort of deal, with, braids and twists and things, but, it's paired with her headband and intellect. Yes. The squad, my beloved. But yeah, she's all gussied up, and it's definitely like, it's very like, it's Mr. Core. But it's Mr. Core, baby. And I believe we talked about it before, but because she does have that level of warlock now, don't let anybody's noticed yet. Somehow, lol.
She only was told them she was engaged, so.
We've been a little busy.
But because of her specific the kind of warlock she is, she has like this full body tattoo thing going on, which is a bunch of her freckles have basically turned into shivery stars.
Oh,
Oh my god!
Well, I'm the third person to have a little bit of a Mistra Nebulae motif in her outfit. She's reusing her suit from the wedding, so it's that really deep dark teal suit with kind of a military cut and like banding across and whatnot. But she's styled her head a little bit differently because, well, she's going through a mold. My poor girl. So she has layers going on. The base layer is she's got in a beaded kind of base jewelry thing. For those of you who've seen the new Dune movie, kind of think Lady Jessica.
So what I'm thinking is like one of those like hippie bead curtains.
No, not bead curtain. More like there's a line and it kind of curves around.
I see. It's got a parting curtain.
Yeah, but it's just a chain as opposed to filled.
I see. Okay.
So she has that going on. Of course, there's her new golden tear streaks underneath that. At which point she then has a see-through veil, so you can actually see the bottom of her eyes for once. And then on top of the veil, she has that. Not a habit. It's a Adar.
Cheddar?
Sure, thank you. I could not remember which it was. Which is the black with the gold detailing. And then on top of that is the custom piece she got from our friendly cat jeweler, which is a black iron, kind of starburst crown thing that kind of goes extra wide and then has additional beading detail that she took from the face thing and has it dangling from there as well. She has decided to actually wear makeup for the first time in her life and have a flat lipstick going on. And then the inside of her hood, she's spelled to look like it just keeps going and going and going. And in there is the depths of the sky and nebula.
Oh,
Nice.
While they're talking.
Survive.
Yeah, so as far as I'm done is taking, pretty sure you haven't actually worked yet, but a,
one of the suits that he got while Denver was sitting around shopping is basically one that I'd say the theme that it would evoke is that of the fourth floor, where it's a lot more of that deep forest green, got metal chains like fancy lapel and stuff like that. Very dignified, very regal, further kind of emphasizes or accentuates like his body type and stuff were very tall with very long gangly limbs. And he looks as if, I want to say, almost kind of like, in evoking that style of the fourth floor, it's like a knight of the woods, where it's not so much authentic armor and stuff, but with some of the decorative pieces that are on the suit, it looks as if, you know, he came in that kind of like briefly dressed manner, where he could step into like either the battlefield and step into a ballroom, that kind of thing. In terms of his mask, though, that further kind of accentuates this idea. He was running with the idea of, if I'm going to stand out for my height, why not run with that a little bit? And so Tobias has hand carved the skull of a deer and then attached antlers to it, and has attached that to a cloak made out of animal pelt, with on his right shoulder the skull of the wolf. So it's a two-headed mask, and with the mask that he's wearing, like, you cannot see his face, and he almost kind of cuts an almost intimidating figure of just looming forest creature within the ballroom.
Leave me over here like this.
But yeah, see, the thing is that what you're missing over here is Levy and Demir sitting over there like absolutely drooling.
Levy with her fucking engagement ring on, like.
I'm getting flashbacks to that one magic shop we went to, where with like the Peerless Void mask, like Mask of Darkness, and like Toby sees Hawk looking, and he goes, "You could scare so many people with that." It's him right now.
So, do you guys head straight to the castle, or do you like strut around town for a little bit?
Probably head straight, because like there's, I mean, we're there, to attend the party, so.
I imagine the mindset of some of us in the party is, I don't want to show off to the commoners, or show off to the nobles.
All right.
Speaking of showing off to the nobles, did we coordinate a ride, or we walk? Sounds good.
We could jump on a house.
Well, someone would be showing up on an Alpergrip. Algrip.
Good.
I was trying to.
Have to.
I mean, I can make some really, really fancy horses.
It's true.
Yeah, we also just need to consider, because if we do fly in on hours and whatnot, if there's we would have to land a little bit out of sight. I don't want to cut you shit because we're not considered, so.
Everybody in there, the odd one, start a rival.
I wish you could play the trumpet.
Well, I will note that the location of the party is the Luminescent Citadel, which is within the diamond sector of Avatic, so in the very middle, right at the feet of the Colossus. It is more or less a gated community, for lack of a better descriptor. That's where a bunch of the rich people live. You are currently staying in the, let me just double check here. You are currently staying in the Bauble sector, which is to the west of that. So you could just go there if you want to.
I think it's all the time, we're just talking and getting nice.
Yeah.
Every person being in a room
I
full.
mean,
If you
but
want,
it's nice to make
if
it.
you want to use Lish's,
Nice
if
elegant kind of
you want to use Lish's summon spell, you could absolutely take that.
Fancy horses would be good. It would also keep us off our feet.
Yeah, well, yeah, none of us want our dresses to get.
Yeah.
Could I go talk to the innkeeper and see if they know if they could put in a call for a carriage or if there's a place?
Yeah, I mean,
They could pick us up. Uber, fancy Uber.
you could get just a regular cart, for 15 gold pieces. Carriage you can have for 100 gold pieces. Or if you want a chariot, that goes for about 250 gold pieces.
Own or rent?
Um,
I own the carriage and rent. What's the price for rental? Yeah, with like a coachman, but nice.
50 gold pieces.
Okay. Should we do 2 carriages?
Yeah.
I mean, this is party fun stuff, I think, so.
Yeah.
All right.
Do we want to do 2 carriages? So, okay, that's 100 people, and everybody's got like a copy of well, I guess the first carriage will have the invitation.
Yes.
Careful.
I mean, if you're going together, let's see who is driving these carriages. Just for fun.
Yeah.
So you get a couple of rather lovely, elegant, sort of Cinderella style carriages.
Yeah.
The first one is being driven by a halfling woman named Wendell Silver Eyes. She's got fair skin and like it looks like her hair was recently long, but then kind of chopped and by herself. So it looks a little more cute, but combed back and nice all the same. Yeah. She is doing the first one. And then for the second carriage, who do we have here? And I'm gonna forget these names instantly, by the way. So it doesn't matter.
There will be a test later.
But the next one is being driven by a human woman with a dark skin, and green eyes and dark brown curly ringlets. And then there's you get the impression that her hair is a little too big for the hat that she's wearing. But she's wearing a nice hat as part of her uniform. And her name is Delana Sorio. And so they take you through the streets of Apatic. And you're only stopped briefly at the entrance of the Diamond Sector, wherein you show your invitation and explain who you are, and you're able to get by without any real issue following that. But the Diamond Sector itself, this is where all the noble houses and political leaders of the city live, as well as visiting important folk from different cities, all gathered at the feet of the Colossus. The heart of it all, there's the beautiful castle of the Luminescent Citadel itself, with marble archways and glimmering stained glass windows. And this citadel is, of course, the home of the royal family of Novelli. And the Luminescent Citadel is an impressive castle built of white stone. Numerous pointed battlements and spires surround its towers with intricate elevated walkways and tall arched windows of stained glass, each one with multiple colors and depicting the deeds of the various Vitaline deities. The central castle curtain wall extends in 4 directions into the surrounding quadrants, each resembling their own separate strongholds, all attached to the main central castle. So, you are taken into this little courtyard before the castle, and you may exit your carriages now if you wish.
Oh, guess that's going nowhere.
They take the Trimac Grand Tour.
Yeah.
All right.
Did we decide who is in each carriage, or are we just?
Which carriage do you want to be in, Demir?
I mean,
The first one.
Yeah.
I was going to say whichever one the party pool member is, but I don't know, like, if we divided it up that way or not. So that was what.
Good.
Yeah, could have that. Could have
Four and three.
4 of you and the 3 of us.
You got me.
Are there any conversations that would like? Are there any conversations that would like to be had while in the carriages?
Anyone else? So when we're in the carriage, we're going to near like
Just like any time to be open to
No, that's what they're playing when you open the carriage door to the or,
You good, Felix?
I'm fine. Everything's fine. So while the 4 of them are in the carriage, Samir is going to look to Toby and Levy and just, I know that it might not be the best moment right now, but I know that the 2 of you are engaged, and I'm so happy for both of you, truly. The 2 of us, we're hoping to ask if you 2 would consider being ours, not only to each other, but us. And Samira is going to pull out, she has a little box she's going to pull out, and she has 4 rings. And they're little tiny ones, so they're made to basically go either on top of or underneath another ring. So they're like the stackable, basically. And it has the 4 gems in them, but each ring features a different gem. So one of them features the Tesseract, one of them features the sapphire, one of them features the diamond, one of them features the emerald, but all 4 of them have bits of those rings on them. I was hoping that it's not common anymore, but it used to be that a king or queen could have multiple consorts, and if I were to have anyone as a consort, it would be the 2 of you. I was hoping we could get these enchanted with Zota's help, so that they could be sending them, so that no matter where we are in the multiverse, we could all be in contact. And I haven't gotten enchanted yet, because I wanted to know if this was a yes or no from the 2 of you. Of course, there's no pressure to answer, and I realize I have put you 2 on the spot, and a character that you can't escape. But I want to ask the 2 of you if you would be ours.
can be up in them, but of course that can be a mutual decision.
I've never felt so fine. Walking for them.
No, it's thirsty.
You want me enough that you wish me down to. And I do more
Is the best way that I can try and express to both of you how serious I am about it. I love both of you so much. We go wherever he goes, wherever you guys go, I go.
give us these dreams. Cannot get rid of us. I'm fully aware of that.
That is why. That truly is why. I want both of you to know unequivocally where we stand in each other's hearts. I know I'm not always the most easy to deal with, and that I am I know that I am not, and that I am hardly anyone's That was the piece of person together. So, either way, this is me telling you I don't want either of you gone or to leave. Leave us. Certainly.
It brings me a lot of joy knowing that I can be by both of your sides in a more meaningful way than what I initially thought.
Well, certainly, I'm not opposed to that also being included. I don't know about any of you, but with me that Captain Tech Shield. I would like Levy and Tobias to just make a general intelligence check. Hello?
Are you smarter than a fifth grader?
All I can think of what's happening in the carriage
Natural
is
one.
Aaron is just.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
We're lost in the sauce right now. And Libby's crying.
Yeah. Libby's happy crying right now.
She's just spoken in the past minute because she's sniffling.
Move forward.
Grab the Chinese ice cream.
Toby.
That's a 13.
Yeah, that's enough. Tobias, you know that I mean, there's extra forms you have to fill out and stuff, but bigamy is totally legal in this country as long as all parties are consenting. Yippee! So.
I'm so glad we've established it.
It was easy offend.
I think we definitely would have followed the law if it
Yeah.
was illegal.
I'm just saying, like, it doesn't have to be a consort. Because Demir and Lish are totally not in charge of any laws in their kingdoms when they get them back. Not right now. Not right now. Except when they get them back.
The law specifically was like,
Not whatsoever from anyone.
maybe in the life, like, not one there.
If,
Love story.
but no, if Oral outlawed, not Oral, Fiola outlawed, polygamy, she would be fucking removed from office.
In the
She needs to come back to, like, free the kingdom, like everyone else hired.
The entire sort of winter would riot.
Feywild and just like,
Her head would be on a pike within 30 seconds.
It's about this time that the carriage pulls up in front of the castle. You are met with, what the fuck is the role for this, a squire? I don't know.
Ballet.
Footman. Footman or ballet.
But you were met by a switchman, who seems to be wearing a similar outfit to that of the carriage drivers, and asks for you to present your invitation. All right. He does a quick roll call, making sure that all the parties listed within the invitation are present, and then guides you to another room. Says, it's just a precautionary thing. We're going to just look you over for any weapons. Can't be too careful. We're also going to just make sure you don't have any magic on you that could be potentially dangerous to the castle or the family.
They start running hot, goes,
Man's a gun. I don't even know what that is. So, but they cast detect magic, and they look you over for any weapons. Is anyone trying to smuggle weapons?
The only Aaron does still have his bracers on, but that's the only weird thing he's got.
Okay.
Yeah, and Aaron in the other carriage on the way up was like, so wrong. I think you're much better at weaponless combat than I am. If things go south here, like some tips, some tricks, what are we supposed to do? And that's what they've spent the carriage ride doing.
Anyone come to find
I think Lish has to set this watch on him.
Okay.
yeah,
They won't take any objection.
I'll just have any relevant magic items.
Like if you have a spear on you, right?
No spear, no sword, no
No
dagger.
daggers,
No.
you know. They're just making sure that the royal family doesn't get assassinated.
No blades on valve.
Insight check.
Hey, I'm not saying she doesn't have blades on her or pole arms.
Okay, looking shifty there. I don't know. Roll a persuasion check, by the way. For the, you know.
Obviously.
But yeah, unless, in case it went under radar, Hawk doesn't have any weapons. No relevant magic items either.
Down here, do you have a knife or anything in case someone tries to cross you?
Singer's the secret magic stuff around.
I thought that was a stick.
You said persuasion?
Yeah. Unless you're trying to actively hide them from the guy,
That would be fun.
So it's sleight of hand.
God damn, it's a big D20.
I've got one about that size. Oh, great.
It's for unfortunate, well, I guess this is unfortunate.
Yes.
1825.
Oh,
Willing to let it slide as a piece of paper.
Which is it? What?
Nothing. Not the knock.
Oh.
Yeah, she has her knuckles in her frock. For
I
if things go worse.
It's nipple jewelry.
Well, well, it's not. Well, no, it's not like you'd assassinate someone with some brass knuckles.
I mean,
Stranger things have happened.
Did Bulk wing them up when Aaron was questioning her?
Maybe you don't try to take in the fire or anything. Your staff.
No, she's a wonderful person.
Yeah, I think Demir will be without her stuff as well.
All right. All right.
it's too trickier for me.
So-
It's my hands.
There's nothing. There's nothing to declare.
Pull out my wrist,
Once
bit of the
you
shield.
are looked over, made sure that you're not gonna try to murder anyone,
It's not much to
potentially,
do, but-
you are brought to one of the ballrooms in the Citadel. This ballroom is very grand with vaulted ceilings embellished with scalloped edging. There's a lovely mural painted there depicting the heavens above. The ground is glossy hardwood, leaving plenty of room for people to dance. And there's glittering chandeliers hanging from the ceiling, apparently suspended by nothing, that are kind of just shimmering in the soft light. Indoor fluted columns with gold leaf accents and scroll work support the room, and there are winding, twinkling lights decorating them for the occasion. You can see various guards standing around the room, just making sure nothing gets out of hand and making sure that if someone needs to be removed, should they pick a fight or start getting too drunk, they are at hand. They are just keeping an eye on nobles bustling to and fro. There are women in fancy gowns and men in equally fancy suits, also bustling about, talking with each other, gossiping. Down there, with your magic eyes, you can see that there are a few people with various enchantments, whether it's within the woven spell work within to whatever they're wearing itself to make it look more glamorous, or there are various there are various people who are using illusions, like I mentioned there would be before, to make themselves look 15 pounds lighter, or to make sure their hair looks extra shiny.
No crow's feet.
Or
Second up to the rest of the crowd.
you look like you fit in. On one side of the
Before
room,
we made our grand entrance, Demir absolutely helped Lily pick her makeup from finding the code. And she also put the Toby and everyone together. Something yeah. Also. Yeah.
on one side of the room, there are large tables with a buffet food for the sake of the party, including stuffed mushrooms, crab puffs, baked artichoke squares, gourmet cheeses cut into diamond shapes served with water crackers, with the champagne, spiced walnuts, caviar with toast points, skewers of cherry tomatoes and basil with mozzarella drizzled with olive oil and balsamic vinegar, red glasses of wine, and what we would in modern times refer to as Mary Pickford cocktails.
What is the Mary Pickford cocktail?
Sort of a sweeter cocktail, a little bubbly. There are a few more circular standing tables clustered at the side of the room for the nobles to stand and drink or eat before returning to the dance floor. Each table with a long, pristine white tablecloth. And on the far side from where you enter, you can see President Boyce of the College of Art instructing few musicians. There's a male human pianist, a female Asmar violinist, a half-elf blues player, and a few more. And as you watch, the voice steps forward, casts a spell directed at her throat, and begins to sing. And at the dance floor is not used for dancing at the moment. You get the impression that this is a more social part of the evening. People are kind of standing together, chatting, all the while listening to the lovely people sing. And as her voice fills the room, you suddenly have an idea of why she chose her virtue name. And can see that the various nobles that are there speaking to one another are gossiping, making connections. So, what do you guys do?
Do we get announced, or do we just kind of?
You do not get announced. It would kind of take away the mystique of a masquerade party. You said, "Here's who this is."
Matthew Mercer does not understand the social value of a masquerade.
I'm not sure for that thing.
I mean, you're welcome to introduce yourself to people, but you are able to enter the room without too many people, just hearing the doors and kind of glancing and going back to whatever champagne-filled conversations they're having.
We don't stick it up.
There. Hopefully we don't blend in too much, but let's check out a little bit.
And I hope you know.
Yeah. Are
people looking at us?
I mean,
Insight check.
Inside chat.
they roll an insight check.
May I roll perception to see if we have any familiar faces?
Yeah, roll perception check.
Can I join the hawk in that?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm in the perception check.
What's your
Cloud?
much?
Mine is +7.
Have advantage.
Okay. I haven't tested any of my die. I'm looking for Aldrich, I'm looking for Rahasa, I'm looking for.
Hawk in particular is wondering if
Any
any
of
of
the
Jamie's
professors.
friends.
That's in the 26 for me.
26, all right. Was anyone else keeping their eyes out other than, unless you was too? Okay.
Tobias would look out mainly for Aldrich and Rahasa.
Friends.
Well, I found a face.
It would appear about it's distracted by the security.
All
You
right.
call that a spear?
Maybe still at so for you.
And Darren got a 26.
She recovered from the carriage.
25 insight.
She's looking at her ring.
Darren, you do notice a few people are looking guys' way. Not specifically in the way that tells you what you're looking for.
Yeah.
But they're interested in these strange newcomers that have not been to one of these events before, apparently. Especially the tall one that looks kind of scary. Not what you're looking for.
All right.
Those of you that are looking for friends, you do see Varhasa standing near one of the tables. She has some armfuls with her today. She is wearing, her hair is loose from a braid for the first time that you guys have ever seen it.
Ooh.
And it's kind of falling in loose waves around her shoulders. And that she is wearing a long, dark blue gown with gold accents to make it kind of shimmer and frankly look like the night sky. The skirt gets transparent, closer gets to her feet, matching the long billowing sleeves that she has. There are strands of blue golden stars woven into her hair, and her mask is curved in a similar way to Lish's, actually, to look like the moon. But she is chatting with, she is chatting with another drow, actually. This drow is much older. She seems to be carrying herself with a dignified grace. She's wearing gray robes and her white hair is tied back in a simple but firm bun. Her mask is very simple, wearing just a cloth mask in a similar shade to her robe. And the two of them are just having a nice conversation, it seems like. You can see Aldrich near the buffet table with Thalia. Thalia seems to be like, like kind of just waiting patiently for her. But those are the folks that you can see at the moment.
Is there anyone, like, Demir was doing a search for, like, any other, like, interesting, important looking people, like anyone that she might recognize, even like vaguely has read about, that type of stuff.
You got a 25.
26.
26.
I'm sorry, I got confused.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, it's a magical poke here.
You don't see magical poke.
That you know.
That you know of. But you do see a human man wearing a long back black kurta with golden embroidery, very finely crafted mask, in a typical Marhaban style. He seems to be chatting with
Why is it really
is chatting with a sort of an odd person with fair skin and short, wispy hair that shines with a weird sort of opalescence. And the man in Marhaban style dress, he seems kind of full of himself from the way that he's talking.
about how old is this man here to be?
Well, I mean, because I have ages for everyone here.
Because some are thorough and they're
An age has been a number.
38.
38? 38.
This is not the person you're thinking of.
That is not, it's not a young one.
There was a chance.
I mean, we're investigating.
More than one thing.
Yeah, she clocks him and like tries to see if she like recognizes him immediately, but otherwise like she's.
I mean, sort of. It's difficult to tell given the mask.
Yeah.
You can get a little closer, you know?
Not immediately. I think like she's just going to kind of keep an eye on him and like. Yeah, I mean she's familiar with the importance to do.
Yeah, I mean,
so she probably.
There is something about his mannerisms that's familiar.
That's just awesome. Keep going.
As we're going in and Pat's considering, and messages to Toby, you're scared, people. Because he realizes, because he's not sure if his tone gets through or not, he, thinks out loud the word wink.
Love that story.
Aaron with her back. Like, you find very intimidating.
No one will talk to me.
Hang out. Just make an assumption that you're just like sweating and profusely under the mask. It's like pretty accurate.
Maybe Will
Yeah.
doesn't mind all of it. Maybe Will nudge Toby and nod over to our hospital. Do you want to go say hello?
Yeah, I mean, you can only say hi to our house and all, they're just not. Tobias is mostly here because everyone is here. He doesn't really give a shit about anything else that's happening. He's just like, oh, this is nice. Like, this place is cool and things like that. But
Good
we're
food.
here to like talk to people they know, and then we can get some snacks.
Hawk is absolutely eyeing the archer.
Oh, yeah? What are you gonna do to this?
No, you have a problem.
I have no map yet on that.
Listen, he's had a lot of alone time to think about how awesome it would be to finally be able to taste it.
Look, we can make you meat. You just didn't like the idea last time.
Well, you can sneak some into
Me
some
hawk,
pockets
me hawk, me
later.
hawk, me hawk.
What's your hosta do?
Our Papa is engaged in this discussion with this older drow woman. They are conversing in Undercommon.
Lovely. Levy will kind of do her best to be. I can make some shit for this, I guess. Right? Like, just look together and think back straight, shoulders back.
Yeah, that would be a performance.
I was not crying 10 minutes ago.
I was not crying 10 minutes ago. I was not crying 10 minutes ago. She looks at her hands.
I've been in the bubble. I've been in the bubble.
You're feeling like you're doing all right. You are feeling a little out of place with all these people. Like you're farm girl, but like
She's dressed for it, so she has a little bit of.
you dealt with work.
And she's got a scary motherfucker behind her.
You have scary dogs for this.
So yeah, as we walk through the ballroom, are people like parting the way as Tobias walks? Like look over their shoulders, see him approaching, and like kind of just shift a little like to the side, you know, to give.
You're not coming
I
to
mean,
me.
they're not necessarily giving you a wide berth, but
Because I imagine there's so many.
I'll tell you what, roll an intimidation check.
Gentle intimidation.
Yeah,
Just like I just want to go
just
from one
another
one from A to B. As I just walk, but I will say for dramatic effect, but also because I forgot to say that she has like these ridiculously long sleeves that are split up to her armpit to match the pant length. But those are flaring out for dramatic effect.
Yeah.
She got them scared.
Yeah, people aren't like necessarily diving out of your way.
No, it's just like it's like one of those things that they look up and they're like, oh, that's a really tall guy. I'll move a little.
Like,
I wish to join
won't
Toby
get out
in
the
Oh my God.
but they're kind of like,
Just like shit a little.
Yeah.
And it's back to how they were
yeah,
before.
pretty.
That's where it's.
You and me.
The two attack dogs behind.
Oh.
Why are we making Levy look like a scary country? I'm curious to see if people are just like they look up at him all
Paul's doing it a little bit on purpose, not to deal
People
with.
are getting out of your way. They see like this tall, like veiled woman just like she's walking with purpose. She's got somewhere she's gotta be.
like below both of their chin levels, probably. It's just looking like I didn't cry 10 minutes ago. I didn't. She looks like she's zeroing it on a friend. She's gonna go say hi, and she does kind of slip in, maybe to the periphery of the conversation and wait.
All right. So Farhasa, when she sees you, sort of breaks off of the undercommon and smiles. Says, "It's so nice to see you."
Maybe we'll speak in Elvish just because she's like it's also her hawk kind of her Elvish buddy other than Lich. But she'll be like, hi, it's so lovely to see you. Long time no see. Oh my goodness, you look so lovely.
and she is speaking in Elvish at this point. Yes, it has been a bit. I've heard Damia's voice, of course. I haven't seen you in a little while.
It isn't the same as seeing a whole different person face to face, is it?
And the older drow woman kind of clears her throat in a polite way, and Farhasan says, "Oh, lady, this is Chief of Mission Teresa Marvel. She is one of the ambassadors for the Free Underdark Embassy in Vila."
Well, it's very lovely to meet you. And she'll dip her head, try to be respectful, but she doesn't know how to do all the fancy curtsy shit, and I don't think she's feeling bold enough to try right now.
Roll Val goes. And I don't know, said something appropriate in Elvish.
Alright.
So I just look at the two dudes and will bow, and it's just like, assuming like, yeah, good to meet
It's
you.
now in time, I think.
He doesn't speak Elvish. He only knows common and hunter script.
Nice. Oh my god.
Surrounded by polyglots.
By the way, this drow is 575 years old.
Looks good for her age.
Phoebe will introduce, I guess, like, oh,
It's lovely to meet you. My name's Levy. Everybody just calls me Levy, so that's fine. But this here is Valkyria and Tobias.
I found her on the map.
She pauses. I see scary right now, and then moves on. Like she doesn't say it out loud, but it clearly crosses her face. But she looks to know.
I could just telepathy it.
I want to save that. But she'll just be like, they, obviously Barhoff knows this, but they're part of our adventure, the Wild Rose, the rest, Demir, Lich, Hawk, and Ear.
The chief of mission says, your group passed through Vila some time ago, didn't you?
Yeah. Yes, we did.
She just doesn't say anything else. And you get the impression that this is the type of woman who makes a point of knowing what goes on in her city. And Varha says, well, it is wonderful to see you. At least the three of you. I assume the others are around somewhere.
Yeah, they're just up the stairs still. I think just has to be first. But I figured I'd just dive in and see.
Sure. Well, I hope things will be going well for you, and I hope you have a wonderful time at the party.
I can things are doing well on your end as well, and it's beautiful. And she'll direct that towards the older girl.
Things have been busy, of course, and I shall say Lady Marvell, well, I assume that you are aware of various things going on. Roll a history check, actually.
Oh,
You
boy.
can do if you want, since you guys are.
Are they speaking in Elvish?
They switched to common once you guys were.
Then I
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well that's a 15.
15?
I'm rolling mediocre.
One more.
I rolled a natural 20 earlier.
Oh, that's two, I think.
Tobias, you're not feeling this.
Tobias is just here. He's fine.
But Lady and Vol, you you get the impression that Lady Marvel feels like she has more important things to do than to be at this party, but she is here nonetheless.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll politely duck out and well, I won't keep either of you. That you were talking before I showed up, but I did want to come and say hello. Anyway, and she'll kind of go towards the snacks because that's where Aldrich was.
Okay. Demir, Lish, Shahar, what are you guys all doing?
I'm just trying to figure that out. I don't know where to start with the who the heck invited us problem.
Yeah, I was kind of curious about that. I think that as we're kind of still in the entrance, we might see if there's a staffer there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just be direct.
Handling the entry, people drinking invites and kind of just inquire.
Yeah.
Be like,
Oh, yeah, we wanted to thank them for the invite.
Yeah, Hawk and Lish were probably.
Okay.
That sounds like Hawk and Lish would be the ones to sort of flag down some of. Hi, we were wondering who we could inquire as to the origin of the invitations. Because we don't know who invited us. We'd like to meet them.
at least do our thing.
What kind of person do you like?
That's a good question.
Like, is there like a staffer at the entryway to the bar?
There are staffers around.
Someone that's not like serving drinks.
Okay.
Someone that looks like.
All right, that's all I wanted.
Not a waiter, but like a person who's running
Probably one of the watchmen, maybe.
program manager.
You,
Someone with a clipboard.
you find a footnote, and he requests your invitation, and when he hands it over, he looks it over, looks up your name, and, let's see, what was this guy know? Okay,
Seems like it was by John B.
Fuel invited.
It appears to me that we were invited by Sir Ligma.
Not yet, I'll take this guy.
Sir Nacho.
Let's see.
Mr. Saw?
Want Amanda hug a kiss?
Oh,
John.
I wish.
There are blankets over there, by the way, if we want some. I have so many blankets.
I'm only to get up and get one.
the footman says, you were recommended for invitation by a Lord Spoon.
Do we know that name? Spoon?
Spoon, P-H-U-U-N.
Let's ring a bell.
And what is he Lord of?
He is one of the noblemen of Apothex.
East, west, Pacific City.
Apothex. It's the capital city.
Well, yeah, of just like the whole place, or
No specific
And
region.
most of the nobles live within the Diamond Sector.
So just
So this is your first time within the Diamond Sector. Sure.
like, what's his name? His name? I don't remember. The guy in Whiterun who's like, have you ever been to the Cloud District?
well, interesting. Thank you very much. Actually, though, is he here? Would you mind pointing him out to us on the floor if he is?
He has not arrived yet.
You happen to know what he might be wearing, or perhaps who he may be coming with?
I do know that he has a partner, but I have not met him personally. My apologies.
Can you tell me a little bit about his partner, name?
This guy's a busy idiot. My apologies. I do not know much about her. Only
So I
about
don't
this
know
I
what
have.
the day shift.
Paid $70 now.
I have to coordinate all of these foods.
Thank you for your.
I mean, it's 5 a.m. made all these goddamn foods.
I can tell you that Lord Spoon requested the meat platter. But that is all.
Well, really fun? Maybe.
Oh, Lord Spoon wants some meat.
Thanks.
Yes, thank you for your time.
That was interesting.
Interesting indeed. Suppose you've heard of him before?
Have I heard of him
Well,
before? Have you heard of him before? I don't.
Are you part of
Just been here.
I feel like they dropped it. So that she.
Okay.
Demir's like stuffing like crab puffs down. He's broken it.
Like, getting back holding.
You can roll a history check.
I think I shall. Mine is not amazing.
I know. I have
what
put
I
17 history.
Why don't we ask a nerd?
We will. She's dining. Do I get advantage?
Boy.
I suppose. Okay. I give them.
I'll roll normal. That is an 8. I don't think I've heard of this man.
That's the dirty 20 for me.
All right.
You guys can fly.
Daniel, you're really confident that you have no idea who this man is.
You have no idea.
Well, unfortunate.
Damn. Okay. Yes.
Just have to keep an eye
Samir is going to drop into Sylvan, to Lish and just talk to you. Oh, I forgot. Have you seen Hawk? No.
I didn't drop a note.
No, she is going to, Sylvan, like, while you two were talking to the staff members, she went over to the balcony and was looking over and was doing her little pee-pee routine. And.
Well, that's right, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, so, turn up, pussy out. Damn, does that to us. Both ways. I really, yeah. I
might be like, go on, I'm go, but.
Hey. We haven't accepted yet. We haven't accepted the ring yet. We accept the ring, a deal's a deal. We have it's not a fair word right now. Stay long. Stay long.
Bring me back in. Damir was looking over the balcony.
Samir is going to point out the gentleman from our house and insult him. Like, I do recognize him. He's a cleric of some repute back home. Cleric of what? Joaquin, I believe. Yeah. Joaquin is wealth and money. Yeah. Yeah. He's part of the men's corps usually. I've not had much interaction. What do you think that he's doing here? Being a punk suck. One can say that we are also. That's usually what people do. So, I don't know.
I don't think I was missing much then.
I don't know, but I do know. Interesting. Well, we'll go over to the canapes and Lish will inquire if there's anything fancy enough for him.
All right.
I have immortal taste, you know.
Everything tastes like dirt.
Over with the nerd, TM.
Joining the nerd, yeah.
Because I imagine maybe caught up to Aldrich.
Yeah.
Teaching the shrimp
Hawks with standing at military attention with just massive resting
Hey,
face.
you good?
Yeah.
Leave me a case.
After Shabbat school, it's probably like, what if you, we need to pull back. But, like,
Just dial it back 2 notches. So far.
It's like, look, I get not wanting to come up to you, but also like, if you look really intimidating, you're gonna get the wrong kind of people coming out, because that's not what we're on.
We are not here to attack.
Eat some garlic bread.
I assume they have garlic bread.
Garlic bread.
Thank God.
Paul moves over to the garlic bread and begins the process of eating it one by one.
Listen, not even the 1% is it.
Okay.
Walk over there just eating the infinite garlic bread.
It's actually a demi-plane. So, the garlic bread demi-plane.
Can we get
Garlic bread
Find a tuning fork.
Wait, do you
Hello, college. I need the tuning fork for the garlic bread dummy.
Charlie filled with it?
Bring it again.
They do have a good wine. That is the type of wine that they're serving in the glasses in addition to the champagne. The cocktails.
Damn, Waddle.
Good shit. But yeah, I mean, the wine is very
Aaron will ask if they, have any non-alcoholic drinks you can have.
I will say they have alcohol.
But yeah, Aaron will pick one.
Alright.
Here's got Chris off the list next week.
Alright. Is there anything you're talking to Aldrich about in particular, or are you just joining and just eating a bunch of garlic bread?
No, just say hi, kind of like shooting bar bosses. He's like, oh, hello.
Oh, it's good to see you again.
You two look lovely. I don't care what they're wearing, they look lovely.
Well, yeah, I'm about to describe it.
Lady cares what they're wearing, but she's going to call them lovely anyways.
So Talia is wearing fitted pants and a navy suit with a black leather trim.
Ooh.
Her gloves are white to hide the fact that she's got freaky ghost hands.
Keep ghost hands.
And she's still got her green ribbon around her neck as usual. But her eyes are looking out at you from behind her black and white owl-like mask. And Aldrich is dressed very elegantly. He is wearing a long, dark purple fitted coat that goes nearly to the floor, and it has shimmering orange gold embroidery, but it's lined with a red gold damask with silky lining, creating the kind of impression of a sunset. The mask is of a similar color and shines nicely in the candlelight of the room. As he mentioned to you previously, he was actually going to wear something more simple, but Thalia stopped him.
I'm so glad Thalia made him dress up. Oh my goodness.
You say that out loud.
Together, they both look really cute.
Yeah.
I believe you will be like, you two look like such a dapper little pair. I love it.
Well, thank you. You look lovely as well. And Thalia's like, honestly, you should have seen the sort of thing he was trying to to wear before.
I imagine it would have, why did I go back to the old one? Right. I imagine it would have been maybe a little underdressed. And she'll give Alder just shit-eating grin.
Talia kind of like, yeah, and Albrecht's like, it would have been perfectly suitable for the occasion.
Nah.
The eyebrows are up.
And now even I know that probably not.
Well, I'll tell you what, come see me later and we can, I'll see about dancing.
You be getting the numbers already.
Would be lovely.
A nice dance with your father figure.
She's more like his weird, like, he's more like her weird, like, upperclassman friend who doesn't really get along with anybody. That's kind of the vibe that's going on, except he has the.
Volk, nearby the food table, you can see a woman, younger, with, she's wearing kind of a skimpy dress, kind of like a baby blue color, and shiny, shows off her cleavage.
Always
Her
appreciate it.
skin shines with an odd sort of pearlescence, and her blonde hair is twisted back into an elegant bun with a few loose curls. And she is wearing a white kind of lacy mask, and she looks bored out of her fucking mind.
Oh my God. And?
Just giving you people to talk to.
I assume no one's talking to her is why she's bored, or is
No,
someone talking to you?
She is kind of leaning against the wall. Like,
Oh my God.
Mean girl.
Honestly,
there is something otherworldly about
Are there any people in particular that a lot of people seem to kind of be congregating around?
a perception check.
So low is the crowd.
Deep through the masses.
People that might be like running the ball, sort of. Everybody wants to make acquaintance
Do you want
with.
anybody to
Think they're hosts and all that.
Gotcha.
16. All right. You can see a couple people stand out to you. You see a relatively young woman wearing a shimmering green dress, kind of somewhat reminiscent of a beetle. She's wearing a soft brown mask that looks like it was inspired by beetle wings with a whole beetle in the center. And she seems to be kind of running around like looking busy, like genuinely busy. Like she's checking in with people and saying hello and greeting them and all that fun stuff. You can also see someone else who looks interesting, and people are either trying to talk to her or trying to avoid her. This young woman, her costume is notable because it involves no fabric whatsoever. Instead, she wears a magical concoction to resemble pink sea foam, covering her private parts and very little else. Her mask looks like something a mermaid would wear, with like blue and subtle shimmering white scale patterns. And people either seem to be like looking at her, avoiding looking at her, like
I hope.
Oh yeah.
that stick out to you, right?
Beetle lady, seafoam lady, was there anybody else?
Is it exorcist or only
Those are the two that are sticking out to you at the moment.
Sure. How busy does Beetle lady look?
Roll insight check.
I'm honestly very curious about it too. Gotta love a solid answer.
Yeah, you do.
17. She looks a little stressed.
Oh.
And you know that it's not typically uncommon for younger nobles when they desire more responsibilities within the court to be given something frivolous and fancy like this to deal with before, so that they can prove that they are ready for further responsibility.
Oh, Lisa, she was how old is she?
She's 19.
Oh my God, girl, no.
The child.
She should not be a club.
Not a seafoam lady there, like.
Oh, yeah.
We've been there before.
Yeah, like.
She ain't getting into that right now.
I'm I'm dressing them down with the dress them up.
Kieran, what are you doing this whole time?
Yeah, he's sipping, you know, he wants to, like, get to a drink first. And then he's, like, watching to see the crowd to see, like, what, you know, our current phase is.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
Yeah. That is not a D12, it's a D12.
Yeah, close enough.
That's a 30-20.
There's a 20. People are still chatting at this point. It's looking like, are you okay?
Got to die.
It's looking like people are probably going to be ready for the dancing soon. You do see an interesting sort of person. That feels, they're interesting in a way that feels familiar to you. And do you get closer to this person to kind of check them out?
Yes, but he does so.
Just on her.
So
Oh my God.
this person is older, non-binary, but what sticks out to you, they are a Tau star. They are the person with the fair skin and the wispy hair that Demir had spotted talking to the walking man earlier. They're, now that you're close enough, you can tell there's otherworldliness about them. They have bright purple eyes, and their mask is like a powder blue. They're wearing a sheer gossamer robe that's transparent around their arms. And you can see that they are speaking to a youngish woman who seems to be in more Marhaba style dress. What's the proper description of what she's wearing? Wearing a fitted top with jingling hip belt and long skirt, all red, and her mask is the same gold as her hip belt with two small curved horns.
Ooh! Someone whose mask didn't get broken.
Your horn is bigger, but you know, not like a Saturn. Not like a Saturn.
It's not the size of the horn, it's what you do with it.
Something about like the way this woman is dressed, that suits you too.
All right. All right. Yeah. Do they look like they're like deep in conversation? Like it would be rude to interrupt them? Or are they just
It's more like casual, like, oh, so you're from Mahaba, you say?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. And just gonna over and do a good old like greetings. I do not believe we have met before.
To which one?
That's the question.
Yes.
Greetings to the Kalistar. I do not believe we have met before. To the Mohammedan lady.
All right. So the Kalistar, nod. Let me. Yeah. They nod to you and smile. And they, how do you do? And the Mohammedan woman kind of nods to you. Doesn't say anything yet.
This is my, if I may be honest here, this is my first time here. And I'm feeling terribly like there's no one that I know. My name's Aaron of the Cape Runners.
Kalistar says, I am Speaker Enfys Starborn of Opius. And now that you are closer to this woman, you can see that she is a half-elf. She has the brown skin and long red dreadlocks.
Oh my God.
She says, it is good to meet you.
And well,
I confess that this is one of my first times at this sort of event as well.
Yes. Oh goodness, it's certainly something.
It is rather extravagant. It looks different back at home.
I feel that. I mean, I'm mostly out on the road. Not really used to something like this. I'm an adventurer, I suppose.
And at this point that the speaker decides to get themselves another food
Yep.
champagne.
Yep. But
no, it's more like oh, so you're flirting. I'm not gonna get flirting on your time. Yeah, right there. Oh, I'm a bit of an adventurer.
actually, yeah, Aaron, he's been fidgeting awkwardly the whole time. But he's gonna start like
The half elf sort of puts her hand to her breast and gives you a short nod and says, "You can call me Rahat."
Rahat. That's my name.
And she's just got eyes that seem to be staring at you.
Yeah, Aaron's increasing the brightness of his eyes. Countermeasures.
And so what brings you to this event then?
If I may be fully honest, I know that it was me and the rest of my party, and you'll find another 2 or 3 roses in the crowd to point at, and the rest of my party have done something to attract someone's attention, I suppose. But I'm not fully sure at this point. Mm.
Well, sometimes that is how the parties go.
Yeah,
If you drink enough, you know. I'm not going to drink too much.
oh gosh, no, me neither. I've actually he's gonna find Lish, and point out Lish,
Oh, no.
and say, I may have my friends today. Mm.
Tonight or ever.
Well, as long as I can no longer be trusted, and I feel that may be some time indeed.
So you are saying you are untrustworthy.
I haven't broken my word yet, and I have no plans to.
But I am not drinking tonight because I am on the job, but perhaps another time.
Of course. What are you
job.
employed as?
I am a pattern dancer.
My goodness.
Oh, that's a lot less ominous than we were expecting.
Well, I'm sure that you have people come up to you all the time, with the desire to show off and presume that they might be anywhere near your level of skill.
Well, it is a special art, and the people do not always understand the significance of it, especially in northern land.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Here and
I am quite good at what I do.
well, I believe that. How would you- I do. You excuse me if this is further presumptuous, but you are from Mahaba, no?
I am from Mahaba. Have you ever been there?
No. I have a very close friend. But haven't made it out there yet. I suppose that's coming somewhere down the line.
It is a lovely but dangerous land.
Is there? I do imagine I will be there sometime. So, and he's gonna lean in a little conspiratorially. Is there anything specific I should be watching out for?
Well, if you go out into the desert, you have to be careful of the creatures that roam there. There are certain kinds of undead. Sometimes
Oh goodness.
they can make people sick. Otherwise, I would recommend that you be wary of dune mimics.
Oh, are those
That's terrifying.
mimics that look like dunes or mimics that appear in dunes?
Mimics that look like dunes. They are very large.
Oh, I do not like the idea of encountering a mimic of that size.
They eat well because they feast off of the camels and the caravans that travel.
Goodness. I imagine that'd be a good lifestyle. Back back home I'm from up in the inland. We have these giant snow worms that'll stalk under the ground and come up sometime, and I may or may not have been eaten by one at one point.
She doesn't know what to make.
But I helped out, I suppose.
And that is good, a good thing, I suppose. This is how you get girls. But to be honest with you, I do not end up going into the desert too frequently. I mostly stay to the capital.
That, I suppose that would be where there's the most demand.
Of course.
Do you work with a troupe or you freelance?
Well, I am here this evening with two others. That is how we work the best to create the pattern. But I am part of a larger organization.
What is your organization's name? Uh-oh.
She just looks at you like, really?
My God. Anyways, our house is gonna be attacked by a vampire.
You say that in character.
No.
Oh, yeah,
Don't worry about the ghost. She's great.
I work for the nobles and the wealthy of Kesa when needed.
And Aaron, you know, he looks like he's mentally writing that down.
She seems like amused, but also put off at the same time. She's not quite sure what to make.
Yeah.
join the club.
That's how it goes.
Isn't that like just anyone who encounters Aaron has the exact same feeling and expression of what the fuck just happened to me? but it's like delighted. Aaron is delightful.
Human flash.
As a mom.
I don't know what happened there, but it was fun, so yeah.
Oh my God.
I love social butterfly urine. I love it so much.
All right.
I could take the bait and talk to the Senora Glowy Cleavage.
Well, she has moved on at this point. But you can see another woman nearby, and she's interesting because you can just get a strong sense of grief coming off of her, even at this party. But she has very fair skin and bright hazel eyes and long dark hair, and she's wearing a black floor-length gown with a reddish iridescence to it, and a mask that looks kind of similar to a raven, with feathers curling around the side of her face that also kind of turn red as they go.
Not you. Raven, grief. Fuck it. I'll grab a pair of flutes and talk over off one and I don't know, to their memory.
What? Oh my God. Oh, gross. What's the face off?
Kind of raises her eyebrows slightly, but takes the flute, starts to listen to her lips, and kind of just observes, you know. But she kind of looks at you and says, "You are heaven-born, aren't you?"
Unfortunately, yes.
I find it interesting that you would speak behind.
Yeah.
notice more or less that she's with you anymore.
God doesn't exist.
Okay. You got the crab rangoon and you are lost.
Yeah, you lost in the box.
It's like, we asked, like, did you say we were the Ralph planet? And Tobias is like, what?
Cool.
She definitely takes it. But my soft on the fucking garlic bread over here.
Elevator music. On repeat in his head as he just dozed out. Like the Wii Plaza.
She pull that up.
Actually, be like, I can't see over all these people, but you can look for her.
Nah. Toby, utilize your power of call.
We'll probably maybe take a break soon because I see people getting up and stuff, and we've been
I'll do
at
that
this for a minute. We'll pause soon and then move on to the next one.
Well, how late can we go today? 'Cause you don't have work tomorrow, though? Or, well, school's tomorrow.
No, I don't have school tomorrow, but I do have shit I need to do in medical. Ideally getting to school later in the day.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm saying maybe we could take a break a minute and come back, do some dancing, and then I will leave where we need to up.
Yeah. 17 plus.
Yeah,
Fuck.
17 plus. Yeah. All right. You see Volk, a few yards away talking to this apparently goth woman.
Having conversations.
She's terrorizing a sad person.
No, he'll just say, like, it looks like she's having a conversation.
Okay. Yeah.
That's good.
I must be frank, because I had unfortunate timing with my current.
What's up for random lady? My random person. My fucking feathers are falling out. I have chicken legs under here.
Just like, feel it, you.
Yeah, she, says, even so, were I in your shoes, I would have a few more bowls of my otherworldly. With that, she takes a champagne, you gave her more.
That's fair.
Well, socializing, par for the course.
Oh, could you?
And I think I'm going to pause the Zoom for a moment. Yeah. There we go. So we're about to start dancing, folks.
Yeah. There you go.
There will be time for dancing with partners or dancing on your own if you so choose. And then there will be more of a thing where you will be able to dance with a random guest, a random partner within this, and maybe have brief conversation which is going on. But for now, as I said, we are starting with individual dance or dances with each other.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Tobias is probably trying to get with at least his four partners, or with his other partners for, and if he's able to, getting a short dance with the other members of the Walters as well.
Yeah. Aaron's gonna break off this conversation with look forward to seeing you dancing and maybe hearing a little more about the dance afterwards. And then he's gonna do his trademark walk away and just do not acknowledge whatever they say in response. And then Aaron's going to locate Hulk and make a beeline to her.
Oh, did you care for that?
Sure. You know what? Yes, insight check.
It's like taking a monster reaction.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm doing that too. Ooh.
Roll deception or persuasion. You want.
I am actually curious if this is going to catch.
well, I got 21 on Aaron.
Nice. And I got a 25 on insight on you. Yeah, Aaron wants to get out onto the field.
And I'm your first victim.
You can, okay, that's high enough. You can tell that Aaron, like, kind of went through the thought process of, like, okay, who are the people here who, like, aren't gonna go out onto the floor of their own accord? I know Toby's gonna get dragged out here. Obviously, the three of them want to dance. I don't know if Hawk does. I don't know if Hawk does. I'm gonna go for Hawk first.
Like, I want to make sure you have a good time. I will make sure that happens.
As far as the insight into Bulk, you kinda
Here's what I found.
Thanks, Fury.
that completely killed me.
I'm sorry.
You have no control over the electronic going rogue. But yeah, no, about kind of. You can tell that she's kind of caught off guard by the invitation. And while she says yes, because spending time with Aaron is a nice thing, you can kind of see, get the sense that she has a bit of hang up on the actual act of dancing itself.
And as they're walking over, Aaron's gonna say, would you feel more comfortable, you know, leading so you can do your own thing, or being led? And Aaron's doing this all like walking in front of Volk, like he can't see her. He's not looking back at her.
All my training for portly stuff, I was always the follower, so that's what I'm familiar with.
All right. Honestly, it's not terribly different from Growls.
It certainly felt like drills. And while she's not smooth, she knows what she's
Fuck yeah.
it's very clinically feeling, but she's not out of place.
Aaron is just vibing. You know, you can like tell that there are a few specific moves he does, and he's kind of just specific moves. Oh yeah, we vibing. Oh yeah, we vibing. Oh yeah, we vibing. Specific.
He's white boy dancing.
He's white boy dancing.
I love him so much.
Why is Aaron so? He's making sure that, you know, there's a lot of like spins and swirls in, you know.
Friday night fever.
All right. Are there any sort of conversations with each other that you want to have while dancing? I think that goes for any of you.
I think while everyone was like mingling and mixing and all that good stuff, Demir like just chit-chatting with some of the like young noble folk that she would like, you know, kind of gravitate towards, and just like, I think she was trying to find out information on Lord Big, if she could.
Yeah, I think this will do something.
Roll an investigation check.
No, with Hawk,
You too, Lish. Hawk, what's that?
would he have two?
They're not announced.
They're not announcing people at all. No.
Oh, investigation.
Investigation.
Dirty.
30-20. 30. It's strange. You feel like someone would know something about this guy, but no one seems familiar with him.
Memory hole.
Not at all.
Time shenanigans. This person hasn't been born yet.
Or got unborn. Yeah, Hawk is launched even further back in time and is pretending to be food.
By the way, since you said you were talking to like some of the younger nobles, that would include the foam girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, hit her up.
We're gonna go talk to this people girl?
Absolutely.
So you get absolutely nothing from this girl. She is 17. She is not supposed to be here. She snuck out, took her parents' invitation, and left.
I love her. I love her.
But her name is Lady Demetria Flynn.
Oh, that's cute.
Yes. She
Totally illegal.
is doing this as a fuck you to her.
She is jailbait.
Totally fucking illegal. Yeah.
She's making bad teenager decisions.
She is making bad teenager decisions.
Your husband.
Samir is her.
Up to her, I just like, I'm interested, what's this woman's whole deal? And then get some of the information, learn she's 17, and Demir's expression just goes, I don't like this. I'm looking at myself and I do not like it.
I am looking at myself a
mirror.
few years ago, and
It's a miracle I didn't.
But yeah, she is engaging in teenage rebellion right now, and she is not afraid to express it. And there have been several people in this party that's noticed come up to her and be like, "Young lady, do your parents know where you are?" And she's like, "Yeah, sure. We know where I am."
bless her heart. Oh my
She is
god.
just being a brat.
Oh. No.
No.
Scandal. Anyways. I mean, Samir might dance with her, but
Mostly,
I dance with her, and you can't.
You fucking know why.
you know why.
17,
And she's wearing practically fucking nuts.
Yeah. The speed phone will keep up, right?
Yeah, it's kept up this whole time. It's like you know, when it's like spring break, if you're at the beach and there's a bunch of teenagers wearing clothes that are like way too cold for how it actually is,
Yeah.
that's the vibe she's getting off. She's essentially wearing a bikini.
Yeah. Samir definitely in her chit chatting is very much like, I've been you before, kid. Have a blast.
Take me to the gold people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is your flask of illicit substances? Give me a sip.
She explains that she could not fit it into her cleavage.
Here pulls it out of her cleavage.
Yeah, Samir is like, what? Yeah. Like, look, the dress is wonderful, darling, but like, really, your outfit is wonderful, darling. But please make sure that you have like, here's my tips as you in like a few years.
What you do, you tuck a bag of folding in there. You got People like putting weapons out of there.
Victoria's Secret pocket. It was a mistake.
Women.
Yeah.
Women secret room inside of them.
We are not talking about prison wallet.
Anyway.
You can stop. Libby's goobing on Toby the whole time they're dancing. She's just like, staffing his 5,000.
That's a thumbs up for the
You can't
camera.
actually have a conversation with your deep darling friend. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hawk, who are you dancing with? At this Lucy Goosey.
Aaron's gonna make a break for you once his hands of ball finishes.
Well, in the meantime, I'm not really sure what to do.
Are we going to dance?
Oh, you already said Lish Spirit.
There's multiple numbers that are going.
Yeah.
This is an opportunity for you guys to make sure that you dance with each other before I start making you roll random.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna dance with all of the.
Yeah.
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 I did say but she's prioritizing performance.
Barhasa is choosing not to dance because she is using arm holds. She is not the only one that is choosing not to dance. She's actually having a nice conversation with Altair Eubalia on the side, who is blindfolded. Eubalia is embracing her non-human identity for the sake of her costume. She's wearing a long white gown that seems to shimmer with reptilian scales and the light hits it right. And the scales of her snake seem to shine too. And she's wearing a scrap of fabric over her eyes, servant's blindfold that it matches. There's also a human woman who's choosing not to dance, a halfling, a male dwarf, in all the guards and various staff, of course, as well as the three tattered dancers. You can see, by the way, that Rahat is the only half-elvish one. The other two are full-blooded elves. She's also the only one with red hair. But otherwise, they are wearing like identical costumes.
Wolfbelk actually does go over at Barhasa if she'd like to dance. You don't need a mobility aid with me.
Very sweet of you, but I'm not much for that stuff. But thank you.
Just wanted to make sure you were off. Basically, it was just gonna be.
As Libby dances by, every single time she dances by Barhasa, she's waving because she's herself.
Wait.
Yeah, she's just like, oh my god, hi. Same with Aldrich, just to embarrass him.
Yeah.
Well, right.
Aldrich is dancing with Thalia.
Yeah, every time they dance by each other, she's either waving or wiggling her eyebrows.
All right.
Just to give him shit. She gets to be an annoying sister for once.
I believe Lish wanted to catch him with you first.
Well, deal.
It's a promise.
Did say that I would.
I did say I would like it.
Well then.
Very well.
All right. We will lead Hawk out onto the dance floor and he will teach him some basic steps.
Rigorous mental note taking.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And we're making a box strut.
You find he's actually a very fast learner.
All right.
Memory banks are wide open for this one.
Well, during the dance, he will sort of initiate the but did I ever tell you why I wasn't really jazzed about the first steps?
No, I don't think that you mentioned why. I think you were just sadly playing your instrument on the hill, crying to the moon or something.
One of those things, true, at least. Just crying.
What's your job?
The laser one.
Yeah, he's out there just with a vial of water, like.
It's like fucking gal.
No, hot crying laser light show.
Sorry. Back in the marching band, my father's house, of course. I never was involved in the dances themselves. I would always be more busy with odds and ends, which Jane left open. If I was on the dance floor with somebody else, I was sort of set piece. Didn't mind it much. It's hard not to feel excluded.
Well, I did invite you.
Oh, yes, of course. This isn't necessarily wasn't necessarily a matter of any of you, but just memories of mostly memory, perhaps a tinge of not knowing. Suppose you're fixing that now.
Certainly. But fill up that head of yours with all of the most useless of social delights. And I hope that you will enjoy every aspect.
I've enjoyed every aspect of learning what it is to actually be sociable so far. I think I'd mind a bit more.
Are you glad that you're here and not on some hill somewhere?
But
I just wanted to experience the same world with you.
plenty more to be had, I hope.
All right, now don't step on my feet. Let's go again.
Sorry.
Any final dances you'd like to have with each other before I let you leap into the crowd of NPCs?
Well, once Liz is done with him, I imagine Hawk is going to be stolen away by.
Well, yeah, no, Lish will hand him off to you and be like, now you've got to go and show Aaron what I'm supposed to
Just like,
Don't worry, I'll have
like,
enough fun this night.
I imagine it's like a 720 spin.
Actually, before, when Lish is dancing with Hawk, Zamira is dancing with Aaron. So when the partner switch happens, yeah.
Yeah, and Aaron will be following his one Mohammedan dance he has with you.
Utterly delighted. And she will join in with him.
This is the only thing I can do. I learned it 5 minutes ago.
After your one more hot, dance for a hot finds you again.
Oh.
Is that what you call dancing?
Like, I legally have to inform you that you were banned from dancing.
Perhaps I can give you a lesson. And she takes you for the next one.
Yeah,
You do not have a way. So where of?
and he is going to be like,
You are insulting my culture.
well, goodness, I wouldn't want to do that. And he is very obviously like keeping a very careful track of like, okay, now we're doing this, I'm learning this, I'm getting good at this.
Trying to help you.
You gotta unzip in your spine. Zamir like and recognizes what she is and is like just like watches that whole interaction and just like if the gods can if anyone can teach him by the gods it will be good luck, sister. And Zamir very quickly steps out. Yeah, no,
The entire Wild Roses.
From all corners of the ballroom, just
meanwhile, maybe it's just God, Aaron's calling.
I'm gonna wait you.
I know. Like,
costume.
Hawk, maybe the robot at this point.
Ironically, I don't think he was ever taught.
No, the thing is, you would invent. Because you're the first robot at a ball.
You know what?
Your God-given right.
I have every stack against. I have to do it.
Alright.
We are in fact starting an all new dance craze with sweet violence and less
Oh
around.
my god.
Like clear a perimeter around yourself, just thinking like, how do you do it?
Someone asks you to do a dance from where you're from, and you just start a robot.
You'll never believe me if I told you. I'm from the future, baby. It's a dance animation to show you guys after session now. Anyway.
Oh my god. Once, I was through with Aaron. Aaron's gonna go see if the baby's free. And he's going to say, Lily,
Aaron.
I have noticed that, and he's going to find them in the crowd, and he is going to point out Strickenthalia, that the two of them, have they been dancing exclusively with each other?
Which one? Euphalia?
Aldrich and Thalia.
Aldrich and Thalia, most part.
I have noticed that the two of them are keeping dreadfully from
Seem deeply in
them. Aww. You say I don't know if we can convince them to switch, but we could at least make it a full party dance.
Katie and annoying little sister. Alright. So you find Talia and Aldrich start dancing with them. Talia, we're spinning you.
I was about to say maybe we would cut it and be like, I promised you a dance.
Alright. Yeah, Talia is a pretty good dancer for a dead lady. Like, she knows the dance. She's like really good at spinning you. She even lifts you up at one point.
Could you do?
You
Did
get
you say she's floating across the floor?
No.
Would you say she's?
But
Which of
you get the impression that Talia is very flexible and very fast if she wants to be.
okay then.
Good
Yeah.
job,
And
Don't read into it. I'm trying to tell you without telling you she's a monk.
yeah.
So she can do a
Still good for Aldrich.
flurry of.
And when oh my god.
Anyways.
When Leah does a lift on Levy, Aaron's gonna lean in to Rick and say, now are we really going to let them stage us?
Aldrich takes her hand and gladly starts leading.
What, Aaron doesn't go for a lift with Aldrich?
Aaron's going to try to put a fucking lift in there if he can get it on Aldrich.
Damn the suspension, the moment Levy is lifted, she is like just shrieking because she's just delighted. She's having so much fun. She's like, all right.
Does Aaron get a lift in on Aldrich?
Yes.
Fuck yeah!
Thinking like barbarian versus wizard strength. Like,
Yep, that was kind of. I was originally planning on being like, okay, Aaron would ask Aldrich which of them could, and then I was like, no, it's not gonna work out. Aaron's lifting it. Aaron's got his fucking gauntlet.
It's no contest.
So Wyatt, I would love for you to roll a d20. Because we are at the point in the evening where there's something of a pattern to the way people are moving to their next partner from song to song, but it's also kind of chaotic at the same time. It's fun though, it's exciting. Okay. So, and these songs are happening. These dances are happening like at different songs. So you guys are with your respective whoever's while each of these is going on. But Tobias, you find yourself dancing with the Eternal Arbiter, Caden, was a half-orc. This half-orc has her long dark hair braided in place on one of her shoulders. She's wearing a long blue gown with silver and gold accents. Her mask is the same color as her dress, but it has a feathery design, making her whole outfit kind of reminiscent of a bluebird. While these dances are going on, there is room for small conversation if you so choose. Nothing too long, but she is the leader of the Church of Sylvanas in Alfred.
Sparkle probably, when they switch partners and they're starting to dance together and stuff, they'll probably say something simple as like, very lovely to meet you. I think you look wonderful. I like the bluebird inspiration that you have, and I will do my best on this.
All right. She's a lovely lady. And she doesn't mind. Doesn't mind the height of her. Doesn't mind kind of helping you take the lead. It's clear that she knows how to dance, and she kind of tells you like, you want to step here next. You don't want to move like this. And
Yeah, and helping him adjust to, cause he's like,
Buck, please roll a d20. You find yourself dancing with Area Tolerheck, a dwarf. He has curly brown hair, which is in a series of elaborate braids, and he's wearing a green suit and a very fine black mask. He says that his family is living legacy prairie for generations, and somehow is influenced the gathers if they tell him his presence is. But he doesn't seem too uptight. And she also kind of laughs about the height of her. He's in good humor about it. Again, there's room for small conversation if you want.
Was just in Legacy.
What you don't say.
Actually ended up wrapped up in that dreadful manufacturer. I was part of the party that shut that down.
I thank you very much on behalf of the query. Mom has been doing great work with dealing with the aftermath and such.
I was going first. Don't give me a mess.
They're really like
Longboard mentioned.
Yes, Mama was much help in that endeavor as well.
Well, once again, I thank you for everything you've done for our city.
Of course, do my best to help wherever I go.
Lady, please roll a d20. 19.
My one good roll tonight.
Thankfully, I don't need you for anything.
Okay. You find yourself dancing with agronomist Piper Winrael from Lemix.
quite a name.
Okay. She didn't leave the house. She don't know.
Yeah, she is a half elf. Thin woman with fair skin and wispy blonde hair, wearing kind of a billowing yellow dress with deep floral pattern and an orange mask that looks like a cat. She is one of the people in charge of Lemix, and this is the chairman ensuring that the crops of the area are going well.
Fiction. Does Levy like recognize her accent or anything?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I am from Lemix, actually. I've lived there for the past few decades, actually.
Oh, lovely. I grew up there.
Oh, that's so nice. I've never seen you there before.
I've gone through some changes. I
I'll figure it out. I mean, I like to think I know everyone that lives there, but I'm gonna tell it. We're bigger than we give ourselves credit for being honest.
I wasn't very social when I was there, but when I left home, I really branched out. I'm part of an adventure party, so it's just maybe we could see each other in passing, and the roads just changed me so much, and you just don't remember.
Well, I hope you do come visit again sometime. We've been doing great work.
I mean, my family's still there.
Oh, that's great.
Just gossip. Yeah, just small town gossip.
You hear about what the Smiths down the road did to their bar?
Oh my God!
No,
They did.
They all painted it the most outrageous.
Orange is my lovely color, though. No, this was a burnt orange. Like, burn. I'm not sure if we want to take anything part around the crop, so I understand your.
It's a bad omen.
Oh, it totally is. Does she mention anything about the vet? Anything at all?
About the back? No, not specifically.
Lovely. Okay, cool. Not in the danger zone. We're good. Totally in the cool conversation.
As near as I remember, it wasn't the roads that changed, it was the hat.
One in
Tell me
Yeah.
more. Oh, fuck.
We're gonna find out there.
8 feet. Go back.
That's real. Oh,
1 sec.
8 anyway.
Eight anyway.
Why not? It's here. You want to do something? That's fine.
I mean, 8 is fine. You're just dancing with Aldrich.
Oh.
I already described what he's wearing in videos.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you know.
And
I'm sorry, who's Aldrich? I've completely forgotten.
So, how's it going?
you come here often.
Well, more like,
To be honest, I don't really fancy this sort of stuff, but I am really happy to be Dolly.
what she really enjoys is
She likes making the upper class uncomfortable with her habits. She likes to give them something to talk about.
That is something very fun to do.
I mean,
Like to create something for others to discuss.
she doesn't think too highly of the upper class, so she likes to fuck with them when she can.
Well, aside from stealing hors d'oeuvres, what else has she done this evening that you could?
Well, she has attempted to engage the crown princess while balancing champagne on.
Ah, and which one is that? The crown princess?
Turns his head towards the girl with the beetle.
Oh my God, it is her.
We have not yet met. Maybe I should go out of my way.
I mean, you can certainly try. She's rather busy.
You can certainly try.
She just seemed rather stressed out. Perhaps someone with more experience, you know.
Well, this is her first time running such an event, so I'm not surprised that she's a little stressed, but she seems to be managing herself quite well, despite far fewer fights than normal have broken out thus far.
Nothing has gone wrong as of yet.
Nothing has gone wrong as of yet.
No duels.
No duels.
It's disappointing that there hasn't been a duel.
You know, a few of the other nobles are getting pretty wine drunk, so we'll get there, hopefully.
Don't get your hopes up yet. No. Or give me some time.
These balls have a proper, you know,
Brawl.
Fight over ladies and such.
something ass and 9 years. There's the blood.
Exactly.
Well,
Sorry, I will stop something I guess.
would you like us to? Perhaps a scandal involving you.
I would rather not.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah, like, there are a couple of dark alleyways off of Bouldering that I'm sure you might take good advantage of.
Take a walk in the garden.
He just kind of rolls his eyes, his face certainly.
I already started rolling. That is a 2.
All right. You are dancing with Lord Eugene Sessions, human man 45. This human man is rather plump and clear from the softness of his hands, but he had never worked a day in his life. He wears a brown suit and an expensive black mask that doesn't really seem to match the rest of what he's wearing. It's as if he'd gotten it as an afterthought. He's one of the aforementioned nobles that is kind of getting the wine drunk. He's kind of blithering on about like, oh, I go to these events every year.
He's just sort of like, see.
Every season there's a mirror.
I also recently presented to the ground. I think he's just gonna do well at the dinosaur.
Every now and then, like, they're just sort of like careening, I suppose, past one of the roses and hops looks them fleetingly.
He has no space to express with it, so he's just looking over at them.
I mean, you take one look at the situation and you can kind of just tell it's just like, oh.
Yeah, someone say my eldest son is in the run to wear the crown princess. Totally isn't.
So, for the next bit, I will note.
Wait, Aaron hasn't.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good.
I'm noting that his dance and Demio's dances are going on at the same time.
Oh.
Demio.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I mean, you find yourself dancing with a human man. He's wearing robes that they look very expensive and fancy, and that in combination with the mask, you can tell has been enchanted to make his eyes look more dragon-like. So this whole ensemble is giving the vibes essentially of a golden dragon.
It's giving golden
Yeah, pretty much. When it's time for you two to dance with each other, he kind of looks at you and greets you in my hobby. Walk.
I mean, like, in fairness, she isn't like she's just wearing like a cloth across her face. Like, it's clear she is of Marhabi descent. Like, benefit of the doubt.
She's black, guys.
You can't just ask why she's dressed.
She's still responsive. It's so nice to hear someone speaking my mother tongue.
There are not too many of us up here in the northern brother.
No.
And you guys just maybe like an inch or two taller than his skin is dark, what you can see of it. And he has the sides of his head shaved and cornrows pulled back into like a small ponytail with little golden clasps in it, kind of adding to that whole like gold dragon vibe with like scales. And then he's a regular. Oh, what? to this land.
It wasn't this party that brought her here.
Kind of laughs and then I hope that you have a good time.
Do I like recognize his accent? Like, can I tell?
This is definitely a Cuban accent.
I mean, you were very fun. Kiss her, yeah.
That is right. I admit, I'm not here just for a couple of parties. I hope to maintain a low profile, but here I am.
What are you here for?
Well, I am doing an investigation. Roll a persuasion check for me. Or an insight check.
Insight. Oh, okay, hold on. I get an extra add to that, thank you.
Woo!
16.
He seems like he wants to ask you something, but isn't quite sure if he wants to. And he says, I know this is not necessarily the decorum for these sorts of events, but what is her name?
Oh, she's going by a pseudonym.
Hold on, I do actually have something prepared, and now I can't.
Uh-oh.
Okay. You can call me Vash.
Like he'll be able to get insight on her
No,
bucket
yeah.
section.
So maybe you just about. Do I get to roll? Should I roll?
Yeah, roll a deception check while I'm doing math.
Okay. My deception is crazy. 22.
You got like 29.
Oh.
Handle time?
I don't know.
There to go.
You rolling that 20.
Yeah.
They're wondering what phase journey I was going on.
Valid.
Well, you would fit in people average.
He kind of stops dancing, but he's still kind of holding your arm. He looks at you and reaches up to take off his mask. You can see your younger brother.
Oh, yeah.
And he says, "Is it you?" At the same time that someone on the dance floor which now brings me to the conversation that Erin was having at the exact same time.
Oh God, am I gonna get murdered?
Maybe.
Am I gonna murder someone else?
Maybe.
Get over someone?
Maybe.
Would you like poison split?
Wait, I've got one.
Aaron murder. Somebody else murder.
Look, that is not so you are dancing with a half elf man. He has brown skin and his hair is dark brown and it's very silky and combed back. He is wearing a purple coat with a golden trim that matches his mask. And his hands are very soft as he dances with you. I was rather glad that your party was able to make it.
Oh shit.
Oh, no.
Hello?
Oh
Is it
God.
spoon time, I guess?
Aaron got
Did
to.
Aaron hear the food conversation? information. I'm pretty sure he has.
I don't, I think
Yep.
the Sunani was between just these three. Sunani. I do this.
Oh,
you are mysterious benefactor?
Oh no.
I am open tea. That could be one way. You know, I did have to pull a few strings in order to make this happen.
I have to imagine. I don't think we were quite at this level yet.
Well, perhaps not, but I'm sure this will be a night to remember for many folks. This evening.
I'm just gonna take that, I think.
You know, I have been sort of keeping an eye on the antics, shall we say, of your group from afar, well as I could. But I am really, again, quite enthused that you were able to get.
Aaron, oh god.
Oh, shit!
Yeah, Aaron will say, oh, if you've been keeping close tabs, then you'll know that you haven't been the only one doing so.
Is that closer to part of the dance? I like to make constitution saving throw.
No, It's a double feature, my friend.
Same guy. Just wants to get here.
Okay. Can you blade vampires or stuff?
No.
And also.
Oh my god.
All right.
I am.
Triple threat.
Or they could be a throuple.
During the King of Peppers is just within me.
It left. I don't know what's happening now. Oh, wait, sorry.
I scared it. I'm sorry.
I'll do my roll.
Fear is the appropriate response. Question, is he within range of Hawk or me?
We'll figure that out. I just
Oh my god, okay.
Gotta bring an actual tomorrow.
See, I'm a liar. I lied when I said I would bring this. I lied when I said your stuff wouldn't be till after. Go on.
Better.
Okay.
24.
Okay, so you take half damage.
Oh,
It's Aaron's thing. We should have gone to hell. Kill them.
I'm not sure.
I mean,
that's
So,
I don't think none of us know.
Okay, well. So, you take 4 piercing damage as a dagger is stuck into your abdomen. You get a whiff of sharp teeth, and you can feel poison seeping into your system. You take 21 poison damage. And with that, the song ends. Your next partner approaches, sees the dagger sticking out of you, and the blood starting to pour out and scream. And that is where we are calling it.
Oh,
oh boy.
Aaron's death.
I'm more serious. Aaron said,
Already put down. Aaron was probably one of the better options because he can tank it.
I was gonna say, as a note, it's so much fun having so many people at a party and the enemy that can change its fate. Moves away from you.
I mean this with all of the love in my heart, but you fucking suck.
Okay, two of us bitches have very
getting better. We just, it's like,
Oh,
Yeah.
you know, this is my first one of these. I don't think that was proper protocol. Karen, so that was
I mean, hey, we stopped it with you and left, so it's by all accounts it's yours.
the guard's like, oh my god, we need confiscate for evidence. And they're like, can I get it back later though?
I mean, it looks cool. I know that way with the style.
damn, I hate this knife. You take it.
I have a list of fake names for Demure, and they all mean the same
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good thing Boyo got an ass 20 on that insight check, huh?
Fucking Christ.
I'm like, I
What
would
a
just have,
family reunion.
I would just have him be like, kind of chill and be like, oh, actually, maybe I can let you in on who I'm looking for here and what I'm doing.
And give her a different heart attack.
Yeah.
That's funny, so I'm like,
Sister?
Expedite
Yeah.
make decisions.
I mean, like, yeah, that would definitely be a, wait a minute, I know that
there's
case.
a reason I brought all of this shit.
Wait a second, I know that chin.
Hang on.
Oh my god.
Wait a second. I recognize that level.
We're going to put that on YouTube.
I'm so dying.
Oh my god. We can leave the table as is, I won't touch it.
I would probably put like all the like people where they
Yeah, gotta
tomorrow,
set
but
stuff
like, when I show up. In any case, thanks for playing, guys.
Oh yeah. Thank you. I'm so glad for once you don't wait the entire week. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I would not move on.
I would lose my shit.
Bye.